Today we're going to talk about underpaintings. What's an underpainting? An underpainting is a single layer of paint applied to the canvas. It's usually monochromatic and is used to define the colors of the final layer. Let's go over to my easel and I'll show you what I've got started so far. I've decided to do a self-portrait. So what I've done here is I've sketched out all of my handsome features, and now this canvas is ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my colors. Time-lapse was necessary for this demonstration because this underpainting took several hours to complete. I'm using a photo for a reference, and right now I'm taking my medium-sized fan brush and using my paint mixture to just block in the basic shapes and the contrast of the trees that I'm putting in the background. Underpaintings are usually monochromatic. It can be done many different ways. It's best to try different colors and decide what works best for you and the art that you do. It's usually a mixture of a tone and white. I like to use French ultramarine blue and white, or alizarin crimson, burnt umber, and white. Traditionally, an underpainting is monochromatic. It's perfectly okay to use more than one color. In my case, I want to use two colors. I'm starting with the background, so I have taped the edges of the face. I want it to be a fall setting. The cool tones of red will add value to the warm oranges and yellows of the final layer. I will just block in the basic shapes and add the values. I try not to add too many details, but you know, I get carried away sometimes. When this is dry, I'm going to go over it with my natural colors. This reddish underpainting will enhance the golds and yellow colors of the leaves and make it appear more lifelike. Now, I'm taking my large soft mop brush and I'm going to blur all of this out. Once the underpainting is down, I have a good idea of what the painting is going to look like before it's finished. This helps me make big decisions. Now I can remove the tape. For the portrait, I'm going to use French ultramarine blue and titanium white. This is where the second color comes in. I like to paint my figures with a blue underpainting and then use warm tones for the final layer. Some artists do the reverse. I like to do it this way. That's what's so cool about painting. Painting has no rules. The hat and clothes will also be blue. If the entire figure is one tone, it will cause the figure to have more definition when it is over the background. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint my glasses in, and then I'm going to add lights and darks to the facial features. Again, I'm going to just try to keep it as simple as I can, avoiding any heavy details. That's usually hard for me.
You don't have to worry too much about getting everything perfect, because you're going to go over this painting with your final layer. When painting eyes, you want to pay very close attention to the placement of the pupils. If you get these wrong, it can ruin the entire painting. You don't want to be cross-eyed. So just take your time and pay close attention to what you're doing. Use your brush for measurement if you have to, and stand back as often as possible. There's no reason to rush anything. I'm using a signature brush and a liner brush for the small details. When a flesh color is added on top of a blue underpainting, it gives it a more lifelike appearance. The reason is because veins appear blue under the skin in real life. I have always painted my figures this way. Of course, you can use a warm underpainting if you want to create a sense of body heat. It depends on what you are trying to accomplish. For the beard, I'm just going to block it in, and I'm not going to pay too much attention to hairs or anything like that. This is just the basic shape of the facial hair. For some of the shading in the facial hair, I've been using a filbert grainer brush. When you do a self-portrait, often you want to put something in it that means something to you. Like this scarf, because my wife made it for me. Clothes are fun because they're just a bunch of broad strokes. You pretty much just want to mark off where everything is so you can get it right when you're doing your final layer.
Well, that should do it. Now I'm going to let this dry before I carry on with the final layer. Make sure you subscribe to Paint Good with Chad so you don't miss the next video, which will be about how to paint facial features. I hope you enjoyed this one. Happy painting. Be seeing you.